In this quick tutorial, I want to show you how you can bring your designs from Figma to Cursor and build your first iOS app. I will walk you through step by step how to prepare your files in Figma, then how to set up Figma MCP server, how to set up Cursor, and how to actually prompt and build your first iOS app inside of Cursor. Hi, my name is Sergey and welcome to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and like the video if you like it. And now let's do some coding and designing. All right, so I have a file prepared already. Let's check it out. Here I have only one screen. This is gonna be my wallet dashboard. It doesn't really matter right now. And I have only one component here, and this component shows basically a switch between my primary card and a Bitcoin wallet. I have it in a prototype, so basically, yeah, I have this connected, but for the MCP it doesn't really matter because we'll be working with this a little bit later. For now, what is important is to understand how to prepare your design layout, how to prepare your designs for the MCP and for the AI app that you're going to be using. For example, in my case, I'll be using Cursor. I really love this app, but of course you can use anything else, or you can use VS Code if you want. All right, so the most important thing is that you need to use two things. First of all, you need to use variables for everything that you have in your designs. I'm talking about numbers, sizes, corner radiuses, gaps, spacing, whatever, everywhere where you have the number, you should use a variable. So let's check it out. So basically, you can see here that I'm pointing right now at the name of the app, and I'm using variables for my typography, for the sizing, and for the letter, for the line height as well. And here as well. And for example, I use variables for corner radiuses. I use them for gaps. And for example, let's check it out. And here I use it for my paddings and again for the gaps. So everywhere where you see the number, you should use a variable. Another thing is a variable for my colors. So for my main colors that I'm using in the design, you should use variables again. How to set up variables, how to create a design system, you can watch another video on my channel. The link will be on the top right now. Also, I will link this file to the description below, so you can follow along with me while I'm doing this. All right, another thing which is super important besides using variables is to use auto layouts everywhere. So try to use auto layouts in all of your designs. This is super important because auto layouts is basically act as a flex box in terms of web coding, in terms of web development. When we send the design to using MCP to an AI app, it will understand the layout because of the auto layouts. So basically, right, it will understand how it should work, how it should interact. So I'm sure if it, yeah, here you can see that this thing actually works as a fill, and this stays sticky, but we can do it, change it to fill as well, and it will be more responsive. So let's check it out and let's create a fill right here. So, and now it's gonna work, you see. So again, two things, variables and auto layouts. This is crucial. And now let's set up an MCP server in Figma. If you watched another videos on my channel, probably you saw that what I did was going to preferences, I'm sorry, and here I was like enabling MCP server. But since those videos, Figma changed the UI a little bit. So now the location of the MCP server in Figma is a little bit different. Now to launch the MCP server or to enable it, you need to go to a dev mode. It's right here in the bottom panel. You activate the dev mode, and on the right, you'll see the MCP server over here. You see MCP status enabled. So here you can basically disable or enable it. Mine is enabled already. After that, you need to set up a Figma MCP inside of the Cursor app, or Claude or VS Code, whatever you use. I'll show you how I do it with Cursor. So you go to this website, which is developersfigma.com, and I'll again link to this in the description below. And here you need to find the app that you want to be using. So basically I'll be using Cursor, and what you need to do, you just need to click on this link over here, and when I click on it, it will prompt me, do you want to allow this website to open Cursor app? I say, of course, allow. And here it will enable my Figma MCP. So basically I click install, and I already had it installed, so I don't need to do anything else. So this is part 2 of what we need to do. So since I have already opened Cursor and I have a folder already open, I will need to create a prompt and to explain what I'm going to be doing and what I need Cursor to do. So let's go back to Figma for now. And what I want to do, I want to select my frame over here with my design. And here you'll see on the right where the MCP server is, you'll see that Figma already gives me a prompt example, which is super cool. So I'll just click copy example prompt. I go back to Cursor, and here I'll paste it over here, right? So I'll just paste it in the chat window in my project folder. And here I want to select a Sonnet 4.5 as a model. I believe it works pretty good, but you can try other ones as well. And as we can see here, it says that implement the designs from Figma, but I want to add a little bit more information. All right, so what we have here, I want to implement this design from Figma using React.js. And I'm telling it to pay attention to details and variables that are used in the file, and create a design system file in JSON format to keep the future designs consistent. So JSON will allow us to create this file with all the styles listed as sort of like a list of things that are used in our design, and we'll see all our variables there. It's not a CSS file with styles that is used for web development. JSON is more consistent, and it looks more like a list. Let's now run the chat and the implementation. So it tells us what it is doing, and it says that it will run the MCP. Yes, let's run, and let's see what's going to happen now. Also, it needs to get the variables. Yes, run. We already see that it got all the variables, and now it will create a screenshot. Okay, so this is a screenshot of our design layout. And yeah, it says great. All right, so it began to work. All right, and now what's cool is that it created a to-do it list. What it's gonna do, so it basically created a project structure, created a CSS file using design system variables, and the most important, it created a design system JSON file. And we can see here on the left that files are already created. This how the JSON file looks like. You see it has everything here, all the information, the typography, font styles. You see these things are from our design file from Figma. These are variables that I used. And while we're waiting, I just want to mention that if you want to learn more about Figma MCP, moving your designs into code using AI, or creating websites on Framer, be sure to check out my courses and sign up for my newsletter. The link will be in the description below. So let's say keep all, and now let's preview it in our browser. We'll use native browser in Chrome. In Cursor, you see nothing is working because I need to run npm. So let's run the npm. Basically, we can open the terminal here, right in the cursor, and we just paste this prompt in the terminal, and it should install the npm in our file, in our project folder, and then start it. So let's wait. Now it installed, and now let's check out the app. We'll check it out right inside of the cursor. So I'll just paste here the localhost 3000, and yep, here it is. This is our app. Yeah, we didn't get the icons here, but this thing is not working as well for some reason. But other than that, it looks pretty good. Let's say that we need to have this part fixed, so I need to get the other variant, right? When we click on the Bitcoin wallet, we need to see this change. So let's go back to Figma, and let's select this variant of the component, and let's copy again the example prompt. Let's go back to cursor, and let's paste it here and tell the cursor what we need to do. We need to add the variant and of this component. So when I click on Bitcoin wallet, it will change. All right, so update design. When I tap on Bitcoin wallet, I need to see this component. So let's see what's going to happen now. So I'll run the prompt. All right, and here is the summary of what it did. So basically it added some things, and let's see what's going to happen. So I press keep all, I restart, and yep, so when I click on Bitcoin wallet, it changes exactly to what we had seen in the prototype. And actually it already did the Ethereum wallet as well. You can see, right? It's different, even though we didn't have it in our design. So this is super cool. And since we have our design system prepared in JSON, we can ask it to basically create a new page for this. So what we can do, we can ask it to create a page for a send screen. So create a send money screen using design system of the project. And let's see. All right, so it's finished. So let's press keep all and let's check it out. So we'll reload the browser, and let's click on send, and here we go. We ended up on this screen, and for some reason it's not properly filled, but it looks pretty good, right? So we see that we can use our accounts. You see that we have different accounts, and we can go back, and again we can like state 1000, and then we can even say where we want to send it to, or we can use recent contacts, which is super cool. Like, and we can click on them, and we can press send, and sending. This is just like a pop-up window from my macOS, but it looks pretty cool. So it basically works in a way, right? All right, so this is nice. We can see that we got the designs from Figma. You know, we have them in code in React.js, and now what we can do, we can try to create a application, like a real iOS app, using only these two screens and the design system that we have. For that, I will create a new chat, and in this new chat, I will tell it to create a iOS app using React.js, so we can launch it and preview it in the iOS simulator, which is an extra app that you have to download it with Xcode from the App Store. This is an official Apple app to preview all the apps that you're building and you're designing. All right, here's the prompt: build an iOS app using React.js for this project. I need to be able to preview it in the simulator using Expo. Expo is another app that is used for the preview and to simulate projects on the Mac OS. So let's see how it's going to work. Basically, if you don't have these apps installed on your computer, if you're doing this for the first time, Cursor will tell you to install them. Or, for example, in terms of, if we're speaking about Expo, it will install it by itself. It will just tell you that I want to install Expo to the computer, to the project, and you just say, okay, let's go, and it will install. But for the Xcode, you'll need to download it from the Apple Store. So let's wait and see what's going to happen. We can see here it has a to-do list, and yeah, and here I need to accept that everything is correct. So I'll need to accept, and it will run the build. All right, finally we see the simulator, and yeah, it opened and launched our app. And this is super cool. So basically, this is a already made iOS app, and yeah, you see I can click on these things and I can go to send. Yeah, but it's still working. So let's wait. Maybe it will fix some things. And let's click run. It will add some icons. So let's wait. All right, so it says that it did a good job and the simulator is working. Let's check it out. I go to simulator and whoa, I see the app. I see it over here. So I can click on Bitcoin wallet and primary wallet and Ethereum. I see some bugs here, but again, we can fix this. I can click on send and I can type numbers here. I can go with different wallets. I can select it. You see it's an iOS, latest iOS, and this is a real app. So basically we can fix the little things and then we can post it and launch it on the App Store. Everything that we did, it took us about like altogether about 30 minutes. We had a lot of errors, but Cursor fixed everything. So yeah, it took us about 30-40 minutes to do this thing. And this is super cool because I guess it saved us like in 1 or 2 days of development. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you like it, and I hope it was interesting and useful for you. Please tell me in the comments, do you use Figma MCP and do you use Cursor for your projects? I'm really interested in that. And if you have any questions, also please comment them below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and like the video if you like it. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.